they come back, I'ma give back my bad. When a check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When a check missed, the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't eating.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on, set. Put you on it. Forward. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Orbit. Right there. 54.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
Check.
Throwing again. Jackson. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
That's good for Baltimore.
Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year. Led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. That strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Hey, hold up. Let's get in there. Mike spot 4. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Right there. 54, right there.
Now Jackson. That escapes the sack. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, Jackson. Aguilar has it. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Ravens nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Hey, here we go.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on.
Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And a tackle there by Quan Alexander.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Check. Watch 54. Oh, game situation. Let's go. Mike spot 4. I know he ain't got it. Right there. 54, right there, right there. 54.
To throw again, Jackson. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Jackson now completes it to Aguilar. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Down. Hey, come on. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
49. Check 49. Check 49.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
You can do one of two things after a penalty. You can hang your head, or you can get mad and redouble your efforts. I think we just saw the latter there as they stopped him for no gain.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They toss to Ingram. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
Let's see what you got.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
56. Mike's 56. 3 buzz. 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First down, San Francisco.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. 20! And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing them under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Gold to add the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. And from down in Miami, an update. And the Eagles out in front early. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
20, Ravens 3.
Check Mike 54.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And he's got the rookie from Oklahoma, Marquise Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Jackson now, 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Now it's Jackson, buying time to his left. He'll try and run it, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Stop your whining. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans. But then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Ready. Now the look. Check Mike 53. Here we go.
Ingram again, a first down carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the 16, Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
11.
Switch. You go take.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
21. Here we go. Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run with Coleman on first down, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Topper.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Catch is made by Hurd. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Open man is Hurd. It's complete. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Play action. Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up fourth.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
6 man. Check girls, check girls, check girls. Right there. 54, right there, right there. 54 Mike.
To throw is Jackson. And caught by Henry. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Get the ball.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he whips that one incomplete there. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And it's complete. Henry. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Jackson now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, it's complete to Snead. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Coming, baby. It's coming, baby. Woo! Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. You run. Right there. 54. Right there.
Jackson operating from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Come to my work.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Snead's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Again, Jackson. It's caught by Aguilar. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
A 37-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
All day, every day, any day.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down, San Francisco.
Here we go. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
On first down, here's Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing.
Here we go. Black 80! Check Mike, check Mike.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, too, than he did field goals, one in the 2018 season.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter three, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D. Ford, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Right there, 56. Watch this.
Now Jackson, rolling to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Off. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Here we go. 180!
Crunch time, defense.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Judon. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now Gould for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Niners 30, Ravens 3. Robbie Gould to kick off for San
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Ravens take over
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded at the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think the
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Malcolm Smith charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson. And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
180. Shift. Watch the shift. Lock, lock, lock.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
They'll try to run with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Did your high school have that saying, push them back cheer?
I was a kicker.
Well, it certainly worked. Didn't matter if we were kickers or not. That one worked, didn't it? They pushed him back at his last snap of the ball, and, boy, they created a nice play for themselves.
Here we go.
Would they lose 3 on that one?
Yeah, from the 1 back to the 4. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. This is Breida. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage.
Here we go.
Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now it's Breida. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
He was brought down by Patrick Onwuasor.
That's it, baby.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 20.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. Like 20.
65. 65.
They run again with Breida. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run with Breida. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. This quarterback now just 1 for 5 since coming on, but that one gets him a 1st and 10 here. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
At the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson caught by Snead over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. That'll bring up second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Jackson, and he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Mike 54. Mike 56. Hey, come on now, come on now.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Jackson from the shotgun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's second down and goal at the 5-yard line.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for second and goal. One last shot for Jackson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I thanks me often. Let the money run.